Okay, this video is All You Need Is Cash, and the people singing this are Parimutuel, Albert, Anne, and Shinplaster. It's mostly a duet between Parimutuel and Albert, with a little bit of Anne and Shinplaster thrown in. There are some tricky spots here. First of all, we're going to change you to I. Like whenever it says, the only question you've got to ask yourself as a father-in-law, do you want to be rich or poor? It's going to be, do I want to be rich or poor? Because sometimes it says you and sometimes it says I, but let's just make it all I. Because if you're going to ask yourself a question, you would say I, not you. And we'll do that in the reprise as well, which is in a different scene. Okay, Nick, you get the tricky timing in this song. I recommend, if you haven't printed out the score for this song already, that you do so. You get some tricky timing in measures 11 and 12, and also in measures 31 and 32. The time signature changes from 4/4 to 3/4 and back to 4/4 again in both of those spots. So what I'm going to do when we get to those spots in the song, I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, like that, just to kind of help you see how the timing goes. In measures 11 and 12 and 13, with measure 13 you come in right on the downbeat with what you need is cash. But in measures 31 and 32 and 33, your Be Sad and Luxury, your B is, the word B is actually on the 4 count before measure 33. Anyway, I didn't explain that very well, but hopefully you'll see it when you look at the music. I'm glad you can read music. Also, let's see, Nick, in measure 28, that's when you sing or a long stemmed rose. Just sing or a long stem rose, because it's so quick. It's kind of hard to get long stemmed in there, and long stem rose still makes sense. So don't try to get that ed suffix on there. And then back in measure 7, Nick, it says, love can't be accrued. In the score, there's an extra note there, a D quarter note, but there's no word that goes with it or anything, so just X that quarter note D out. Okay, so before I start the music, I just want to slow down how, as a father-in-law, do I want to be rich or poor? I'm just going to slow that down because it's kind of hard to hear each of the notes. It goes so quickly. So it goes like this. Here's how it starts. As a father-in-law, do I want to be rich or poor? Let's do that again slowly. As a father-in-law, do I want to be rich or poor? Of course, it goes much faster in the song, but it's hard to hear those notes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and I'll sing through it, and I'll do some counting for you, Nick. It's tricky, but I know you can get it. So here we go. Albert. Someone's got to marry the poor. The only question you've got to ask yourself, as a father-in-law, do I want to be rich or poor? Anne comes in, but I've always wanted Catherine to marry someone with a big bank account. Miss Chamberlain, go and file. Shinplaster. Cash can buy an house. Cash can buy new clothes. Cash can buy a coach or a long stem rose. Cash can't buy you happiness, nor can poverty. And if you're sad, it makes sense. and leaves, but we've got 8 measures of 4 counts here, so I'm hoping that you'll have some fun choreography to do while you're not singing, something a little bit more complicated, but that's not up to me. Okay, we're almost back to the chorus. Here we go. Someone's got to marry the rich man. Someone's got to marry the poor. The only question you've got to ask yourself as a father-in-law, do I want to be rich or poor? And there are 4 measures of outro here. Okay, that's it. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, or if there's if there's a better way for me to help you with that timing, Nick. It's pretty tricky. So otherwise, see you Thursday.